a lot of people look at it like, well, Joe is 4-0 in the Super Bowl. It's kind of like the Michael Jordan argument. Well, Michael Jordan is 6-0 in finals. So let me ask you a question. Is that all they play? So what about the build up to what about playoffs? What about AFC championship game? What about divisions? All that means something. For Tom Brady to go to his 7th Super Bowl, for Tom Brady to play in 11 AFC championship games, that means something. If you play in enough games, you're going to get beat, because when you look at football, football is different than any other sport because it's one game. In baseball, it's 4 out of 7. Basketball is 4 out of 7. But in football, it's one game on one given night. Anything can happen. So for me, right now, I think he's done enough to be considered the GOAT. Now, that's just my personal opinion. I think the 14 division titles in 16 years, he's never not won the division title in which he started and finished the season. So you think about 14 division titles in 16, 17 years, 7 Super Bowls in 17 years. He's 7 Super Bowls, so once every, 2.5 years, Tom Brady's in the Super Bowl. Not in the playoffs, in the Super Bowl. That's enough for me. I love Joe. I'm not one of these guys that hold my era so sacred that I'm not going to say that other guys can't pass what they did. I understand it's a different era. Joe did what he did in his era. John Elway and some of these other greats did what they did in their era. But for Tom Brady to do what he's doing in this era with the advent of free agency, I think it's second to none. And it's an anomaly. You will never, and I hate saying never and all, but it's my belief you will never see what you're seeing in New England ever, ever again.
Which one of these offenses will come out on top on February 5th?
You know, it's hard for me to pick against Tom Brady because I know what he represents. I know in this game he lives for this moment, for these games. But what I've seen from Matt Ryan and this offense the entire year, they've been second to none. They've been historically great. The 8th most points in NFL history. 13 different receivers have caught a touchdown. Matt Ryan, the highest attempt, 9.26 in NFL history, yards per completion. 4,944 yards, 38-7, only 11 turnovers. It's hard to pick against anything Tom Brady and the Patriots, but I lean towards a little bit more towards the Falcons. And it's going to be a great game. I'm expecting a game to be in the 30s, and I think for Atlanta to win, you're going to have to play to your strength, and your strength is putting points on the board, putting pressure on the Patriots offense, because you have to make them do something they haven't done in 2 months, and that's play from behind.